What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and check it out. We have the God of War Collector's Edition, and I'll tell you what, man, I'm pretty fired up for this game. Before I get accused of being a hater, I think this applies to both Xbox and PlayStation, but everybody makes such a huge deal about, oh, the exclusives, the exclusives. This entire generation of Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have not really found an exclusive that I love. That I'm like, oh my god, this makes me so happy that I own this console. I feel like there's going to be two this year on PlayStation 4, and it's going to be God of War, and it's going to be Spider-Man. So, I want to say that I feel that way about Xbox exclusives too. So, I'm glad that there are people that like exclusives on both consoles, but I think that is the most overplayed aspect of everything. So, with that said, I really, really hope this is the one. The reviews are off the charts, and I think it will be. So, let's go ahead and open it up. There's two versions of the Collector's Edition. I got the standard. There's a stonemason edition that has extra little stone pieces, and I couldn't care less about those. So I got the regular one. I did want this, the Collector's Edition, because I do think this statue looks like it's going to be really awesome. And I wanted all the extras content and the Steelbook, obviously. So it's got a 9-inch Kratos and Atreus statue by Gentle Giant. Gentle Giant, one of my favorites, right up there with Sideshow and Hot Toys. Steelbook case. 2-inch Holdra Brothers carvings. These things are stupid to me. I don't care. Exclusive lithograph, whatever. Cloth map, whatever. That type of stuff to me is just paper goods that are thrown in to make it seem like there's a lot of stuff. That stuff does not really impact me all that much. So it is inside of, this is a slip cover. It is inside of another box. So let's get this slide cover off. Ooh, that's nice. Packaging is cool, man. I do appreciate good packaging. The artwork for this game looks phenomenal, and this looks really beautiful. Now, here's my beef already, though. Oh, the game almost fell out. Alright, so here's the Steelbook copy. My beef with this game is, and I'm sure it's going to get explained, God of War, all this. I'm sure it'll get explained within the game, but I don't know why it had to be God of War. I feel like they could have just started a whole new franchise. I understand that from reading reviews, this is supposed to be a really good story for Kratos. Possibly the first one that makes you actually care about him a little bit as anything other than a brute. So, and I'm fine with that, but one of the things that, like, the console wars, and I guess I think it's known that I'm a little bit more pro Xbox. I prefer the Xbox console, personally, because I like their controller. I mean, there is nothing better than this right here, which is my Elite controller. So, there's the game. I just kind of feel like one of the arguments that's always made is, oh, look, another Halo, another whatever, another Forza, another, Gears of War, and here we are, another Last of Us, another, God of War, another, all the same stuff, another Uncharted, whatever that new one was, even though it wasn't Nathan Drake, still, it applies. So, and I get it, like, look, if you like a franchise, you want to play it over and over again and have the story continue. I just feel like this is kind of going a little off base. You're bringing, like, a Greek god into Norse mythology. I don't know how that works, but we're going to find out. And I'm going in open-minded. I'm pretty excited. I mean, like I said, this is God of War, whatever this is, we'll find out. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to start a fight. Not trying to troll. I'm just saying these are the things that enter my mind. What is this? Oh, the lithograph. Oh, this is tiny. I will give them credit, though. Like, a lot of times when they put posters in these things, they end up being, like, folded. I don't really know what you're going to do with this. I guess you can get it framed. I don't know if it's, like, a good size that's going to be easy to find, but if you're a big enough fan, you'll figure it out. Oh, it says something on the back. So finding the first single image that could speak to an entire team about the core vision of a game that only exists in your head can be maddeningly difficult. It can take weeks, even months of writing, talking, arguing, and even pleading to create the perfect picture that will guide hundreds of people through the difficult years of development. Knowing this, I really did expect to struggle a whole lot more than I did to get the first concept piece. I would have too had I not been fortunate enough to work with Jose Cabrera, an artist whose talents truly eclipse any word my tiny brain could ever think of to describe it. All it took was a couple of paragraphs and a Skype call where I rambled incoherently about the vision of the game, and 2 weeks later, as if sent down by Valhalla on the wings of the Valkyrie, this incredible image just shows up in my inbox. It was perfect. I'm not kidding. The first thing he showed us was pretty damn close to the final image you see here. I think the first thing I said was, "This is what we're going to make." That was quickly followed by, "Oh crap, how the hell are we going to make this?" That's Corey Barlog, creative director. That's a cool story. So basically he's saying that this was the first image that they were really shown. There's a huge giant in the background. I don't know if the lighting can show you that. So basically it's God of War meets Game of Thrones. I mean, look, I'm okay with it. Like, look, if that's... You kind of have to think about that, you know? It's pretty obvious that has to have played somewhat of a role, the success of Game of Thrones. Otherwise, I can't imagine why you would pick this just so specific, you know, Norse mythology to switch it all up, you know? I'm positive they could have told the story keeping it within Greek mythology, you know? Like, I have no doubt in my mind. Before we get to this, let's open the map. What do people do with all their maps? Because I have, like, a map of Skyrim. Pretty sure I have a map of whatever came with Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, it is nice. I'll give it that. I must have reached my limit on the video because it stopped recording. So I started saying, it is nice, I'll give it that. I don't really know what everybody does with these. I guess you could hang it on the wall. It is, like I said, it is nice. I mean, I really do like it. So I'm looking forward to exploring this. I do love Greek mythology, though. So, like, if they were able to give it the proper treatment with, you know, PlayStation 4 Pro support and all of that, I kind of feel like if they stuck with Greek mythology, it would have been great. But I like Norse mythology too, you know. My dog's name is Thor. Obviously, that's for the comic book version of Thor, but still, it applies. So here's our little two figure guys. Here's one of them. I have no idea who these guys are. To me, these are just whatever. They're nothing special. They're like filler pieces that cost like a couple bucks to 3D print. and say, hey, look, it's another thing. And before you guys think I'm hating on them for doing it, every collector's edition has stupid crap in it. Like, you buy a collector's edition for one thing, typically a statue like this, and then there's just a bunch of other crap in it that is super cheap and made with the specific purpose of padding the numbers. And that's kind of how I felt about the Stone edition. There really wasn't anything extra that came with it that made me say, oh, I gotta have that. I don't like all these little pieces. I'm kind of at a point where I haven't actually been buying a lot of collector's editions lately. This is actually my first one in a while. And I just think it's going to be worth it. So here we are. Wow. 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 Oh man, this is nice. Gentle Giant does great work. Currently waiting for my Darth Revan piece I ordered over a year ago. Usually would have had it by now, but I guess they're taking longer. Alright. I don't know how well it's in the picture right now. I apologize. But look at this. It is way too cool. I actually like it a lot. You got the little boy Atreus, who I'm assuming is his son, or something of that matter. Got the shield. It's kind of like PVC. It's not like stone or plaster. It's very like high quality plastic, but super high detail. Well, there you have it, folks. God of War. I will be posting videos of it soon. Unfortunately, I haven't turned my PlayStation 4 on in a couple weeks, so it's doing tons of software updates. But we'll get through that. Oops. And there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see ya.